What is our muscle test?
Drink. Flexion.
Get your beer. And provide resistance. So push against my hand. Just flexing. And build that all the way up. And relax. And that's it. So biceps brachii, coracoid process, supraglenoid tubercle, radial tuberosity merging to the bicipital aponeurosis, coracobrachialis, proximal half of the humerus, coracoid process, brachialis, distal half of the humerus to the ulna at the everybody's favorite process now, organoid process. So without any lube, I'm going to go into myofascial release. That is also a little bit of treatment. Comfortable? So I'm just doing a little passive flexion and extension. I'm applying pressure to her, starting at her brachialis. I'm making my way up to her shoulder. And the pressure is slightly downward, but mainly going that way, projecting that way. I'm mindful of this section right here. The little channel that contains what endangerment structures?
Brachial artery veins.
Brachial artery, brachial vein, basilar vein, brachial nerve, median nerve, brachial nerve there, median nerve, ulnar nerve picks up there, hooks around at the elbow. Radial is a little bit more around the back. I can also just grab, do a pincer compression and hold, or I can grab, God bless you, and do passive flexion and extension, kind of like that self-treatment we were doing. But I am mindful, even though my fingers are here, most of the pressure is kind of here. I feel like I'm cutting off your blood supply or I'm on a nerve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Communicate with your partner today to kind of figure out where you really want your fingers. God bless you!
That sounded like a fart.
Your
That's
face
gonna be on YouTube
farted.
forever.
You can actually separate. So I've grabbed her biceps brachii here. Coracobrachialis is here, brachialis is here. I've kind of picked it up because remember, biceps doesn't directly attach to the humerus. It's on the scapula and it's on the radius. Let's pick it right up.
That it doesn't connect to the humerus.
Mm-hmm. Well, rectus femoris is the same.
It's such a mirror of the leg.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now I've gotten up. I can't grab her biceps, so I gotta grab onto the deltoid. And I'm just doing a little internal and external rotation. Posterior fibers, anterior fibers. Soften things up. You can just grab and hold, hang out. If you have somebody who has big deltoids, you can section, just like you learned with treatment. That same kind of effleurage with the friction you can do on the deltoid. This time I'm going to keep her elbow straight and I'm just kind of wiggling her arm back and forth in a little like add an abduction. See how she's turning pink already? Is that pressure comfortable? No. Can we skin roll here? Maybe. Let's find out. A little bit. A little arm over in neutral. I'm not getting more on the medial side due to those endangerment structures.
Hip sensitive enough? A little bit.
Rather me not do it. Rather me just hold.
Yeah.
Could do some torquing. Could definitely do some torquing. How's that?
Feels better than the skin rolling.
Does?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a fan of just pinching. I'm doing a little passive movements. Just that little bit. It's been like 5 minutes. She's already pretty pink. More grab on the deltoid. So even though we have more time for a demo today, I'm still making it a little abbreviated for you guys. If I was treating this area, even just this brachial region, it would take me a solid 30-45 minutes. But I would also be hitting triceps in the back. And I would be doing a more thorough treatment of deltoid as well, because it sits right on top.
Would you always treat triceps with this?
Yeah. It's usually going to be biceps is hypertonic and triceps is overstretched. So to start these effleurages, I've been moving her arm the whole time, but keep it in a prone position. Because remember, supinated, there's my biceps tendon. So, nice and prone. Can do a little pumping though. I love some active release. Makes my job so much easier, especially on brachialis here. I'm applying compression with my hand, with my palm. Her forearm is in neutral. Covers up. Depending on your partner, you can use a forearm. I'm okay with that. Brachialis is tight.
It's spicy.
Did you lighten up at all? What do you do for work? I know you work at Whole Foods. You stock stuff, you check people out.
Check people out, tell people what to do.
So a lot of pointing.
That flex extend. But then like, you know.
Get cards and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh.
Mm.
Do you like have to collect them from the parking lot sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
That's a workout. Y'all ever done that?
Oh yeah.
That sucks.
You have to
It's-
validate parking too.
Gotta validate parking.
Wait, legit?
Yeah. She
Oh,
told
this
me a
was a parking
secret.
garage,
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw her at her job one day, and I just used the bathroom. She was like, "You can like validate your parking here," but I didn't know. So I'm gonna start doing that now.
Free 2 hours.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Everyone park at Whole Foods.
So you don't work at the Birkdale one then?
I used to work at the one that was in Huntersville. Totally different vibe.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so small.
It's the other one I've ever been in.
Really? Yeah, for Whole Foods. Neither can I, but I still go.
For that granola girl.
For that granola.
I like their kombucha. They have hard kombucha there. So I found a spot at the origin of her brachialis, and I just kind of let her arm come down, and I'm just applying pressure here. I don't need to apply a lot of pressure. I could stand and do it, you know, body mechanics and all. But I don't need a lot of pressure, so I can sit for this. And if I'm in this area for up to an hour, if she came to me, I might do pec work, I might do some deltoid. I might need to do forearm stuff too. Kind of depends on what she's got going on. We're still targeting biceps and brachialis. We have not hit coracobrachialis yet. Coracobrachialis and brachialis are both deep 2 biceps. Coracobrachialis is deep 2 pec major. However, it is superficial to subscapularis, which front side of the scapula runs forward and attaches to this anterior portion of the humerus on the lesser tubercle. Coracobrachialis sits on top of that. Handy tidbit of information to know if somebody's got some frozen shoulder syndrome. I'm taking my effleurage to coracoid now. Is this pressure comfortable? You guys remember our muscle test for coraco? Make it pop up. Coracobrachialis. Push against my hand. There she be. So flexor, relax, the flexor and adductor. So by having her push, it's creating more of a horizontal adduction, but it is still an adduction movement, so it activates it. All horizontal adduction is flexion and adduction at the same time. Combination of movements. Be mindful of how sensitive it can be. She's sensitive?
Doesn't really hurt much.
Good. Means I can put some pressure on it. So my palm is on her coracobrachialis. Nice. That was a good roll. And I'm compressing it onto her humerus. I'm basically like squishing it between her humerus and my hand.
You're not worried about being on the artery?
So her artery is running through here. Arteries don't like to be pressed on. They're very much like super al dente pasta noodles, and they'll roll. So they're kind of rigid due to that thick muscle there. So if I find her pulse, it's right here. Her coracobrachialis is here. I'm pushing, her arteries kind of come just off. And now if I pushed right here, I'm cutting her pulse off.
What kind of sensation would that be for her if you did accidentally?
It wouldn't be like an instant numbness, like if you pushed on a nerve. Like nerve compression's like an instant sensation. It would she might have like a coolness or like a slow numbness that would develop. There's no heat, there's no blood flow and oxygen, so.
Would it be like your arm falling asleep kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a slower version of that.
Okay.
There's her coracobrachialis right there. I push her bicep off to the side. The long portion, the short head's going to follow to that coracoid process. And these tendons actually kind of bind together. Deltoids are